Holy Paladin is so back. This build is super cool. I was really worried or concerned about them removing Crusader Strike, but trust me, it is so fluid, just as fluid, if not more fluid than before. So how does it work? Well, we're going to have a triple beacon going. Yeah, triple beacon. Got our Beacon of Savior bouncing around on the lowest health ally whenever they need it. We also have our double beacon build normally going. The build is extremely fluid without Crusader Strike because we play talents like Shining Righteousness. So whenever we Shield of the Righteousness with our spenders, we're going to get a chance to gain a free spinner on top of that. Also, it's also going to be reducing the cooldown of Holy Shock from the spellbook. So it takes 4 seconds off of our Holy Shock cooldown. Why is that so important? Well, now the new Crusader's might is that our Holy Shock's going to reduce time off of our Judgment. So how it's going to work is we're going to Judgment. It's going to yeet a hammer, do some good damage, apply a free consecration thanks to Righteous Judgment. It just spams consecrations. That Judgment's going to be on cooldown. That's our main builder. We're then going to Holy Shock for mostly like damage ideally, but probably healing. Just going to Holy Shock. That's going to take time off of Judgment. It's not going to fully reset it, but it's going to be close. We're then going to spend with a Shield of the Righteousness. Ideally, sometimes we'll have to Word of Glory or Eternal Flame, but that Shield of the Righteousness is going to then take time off of that Holy Shock, which will then allow us to Judgment, and then we're going to Holy Shock, Shield of the Righteous, Judgment, Holy Shock, Shield of the Righteous. It is so fluid. It's insane. On top of all of that, we're also going to be getting a bunch of Infusion of Light procs, which are going to make our next Flash of Light, whatever it's called, instant and heal better onto our beacons. And that's further going to increase Holy Shock's cooldown. So we're going to spam Holy Shocks, spam Judgments, thus spamming Consecrations and Shield of the Righteousness, which will lead to more Shield of the Righteousness, which leads to more Holy Shocks, which leads to more Judgment. It's just insane. It's a lot of fun. Let's get into the key. All right, we're in the pit, or I guess we're finna be in the pit. But I'm going to put one of my 2 beacons on the tank, and that's just because I plan on, like, since the healing is so low this season, like the actual on-demand healing, I might be spamming my Infusion of Light procs into the tank. So we're just going to try it out. But regardless, we're going to have the other beacon on this Paladin, and we're going to be just spamming heals into them. We also have that other beacon bouncing around, helping us out. So yeah, we got our Flash of Lights. We're going to be trying to spend those infusion procs on the tank. But I'm really excited for Holy Paladin. I feel like this and Disc Priest are the 2 healers that I was most excited to try out. Let's go ahead and heal off these heal absorbs. Whoa, let's lay on hands that guy. That was a lot of damage. Yeah, this and Disc Priest were the 2 that I'm most excited to try. Because I feel like getting rid of Crusader's Strike is such a big leap. Like, dude, the balls on Blizzard for doing that with the spec, I commend them. Super cool change, and I was really worried. I'm sure a lot of you guys were like worried on how it would land on its feet. But dude, it has absolutely landed on its feet, in my opinion. Like, super fluid. You almost don't even miss Crusader Strike. The only time I miss Crusader Strike is like if I have to spend on Word of Glory a bunch on a pool, and I can't really use those Shield of the Righteouses to reset my Holy Shock cooldown too much. You kind of can run out of spenders and stuff a little bit. It's not like too bad though, especially if you're getting good luck with infusion procs. That kind of fills that void. And then also the only other time that I kind of miss Crusader Strike is when I go to press its button just by habit, and I'm like, oh wait, that's not a thing. But other than that, you just don't even, personally, you just don't even miss it. But let's go ahead and see if on this pool we can not like Word of Glory as much, so we can really showcase this little cycle. I need to heal through that heal absorb. Whew. But yeah, you can really see this like 3-button cycle that you can get going. It's really cool. And you are really helped out on the fluidity from like procs, like getting Infusion of Light procs, getting those Divine Purpose procs where your next spender's free. Also really helps, and now like that proccing on your Shield of the Righteous, which is now worth pressing, is just super sick. The damage rotation is incredibly fulfilling, and all of the free consecrations that you're getting, they barely do any damage, and they barely do any healing with Golden Path, but since you're spamming them, it can rack up and do some fine damage, like some mediocre healing in my opinion. But yeah, just honestly, such a blast to play. I don't know, man. I love Mistweaver, but just with how buggy and how much all of the Ancient Teachings healing kind of sucks right now on beta, I don't know, man. If it were to make it live like this, I'm having fun as Holy Paladin. Am I having that much fun to where I would ever consider swapping? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and Prism, just because we're kind of falling a bit behind. We're having a Word of Glory more. I guess I should go ahead and Wings. Whoa. Yeah, honestly, Holy Paladin is so much fun. And honestly, this last season on live was my favorite season for Holy Paladin ever. I feel like it was so much fun. And like, if you still haven't played War Within Season 3 Holy Paladin, go now, make a Paladin, level up your Paladin, do what you need to do. It is like an absolute blast. The infusion changes on current retail is such a blast. And this definitely gives it a run for its money, if I'm being honest. It definitely does. Yeah, like I said, I am very excited. Like, I'm loving Mistweaver. I'm loving, like, half the builds of Mistweaver. Kind of hating some of the behavior of some of the talents and stuff. It's really just not as fluid. Oh, no, I ripped aggro. It's not, like, as fluid currently, but I feel like, give it a few weeks. They're going to be patching things and stuff. I think Mistweaver's going to be fixed with time, personally. But the healers that I'm going to be playing kind of in the meantime until they kind of correct what's up with Mistweaver, I am so excited to play Disc Priest, and I'm so excited to get more reps in as Holy Paladin. I think the Holy Paladin, let's go and be Shield Righteous spamming. The Holy Paladin changes are obviously super sick, but I'm very excited to see what like a Lightsmith Avenging Crusader build looks like without Crusader Strike. Like, what on earth could that look like, So very excited to try that out. That will be a video coming to you soon. But also, dude, the stance swapping of Disc Priest, chef's kiss of design. Like, absolute chef's kiss. I've heard that it's, like, a little broken right now. Like, maybe a little overtuned. Maybe they meant undertuned. I don't know. I've just heard it's kind of broken right now. But still, just super stoked to play it. So my goal here, now that we've made it to the weekend, I've had my busy, week, I had a bunch of IRL stuff to do this week. Now that we've made it to the weekend, I am going to be cranking out beta testing. So if you have a healer that you want to see showcased, definitely link that to me. I'm going to go ahead and Wings here. It's going to come up like mid-fight on the boss. Probably a bad Wings, but we're just going to go with it. But if you have a healer or a build or something that you want to be showcased, absolutely leave that in the comments. Every beta season, like the past 2 beta seasons, I've done this where I try to showcase every hero talent, every healer, and you guys kind of give me feedback of which ones to see first. And I think we all have so much fun. Like the beta time on my channel is easily like the most fun. I feel like I make fine beta content. I like making beta content. It's some of my most fun content to make. And I feel like you guys actually really enjoy it. So, but part of that is because you guys give a lot of input and feedback. And I love when you guys do because, ooh, interesting. He took that weight out instead of smashing a rock. Interesting. I don't know how that's going to work out. Tank didn't really do the mechanic. So, oh, I don't have my AoE CC. We're just gonna Word of Glory something? I don't know. Or not Word of Glory. Hand of Judgment? Hand of Judgment, I think. Yeah, it's looking like people don't know the mechanics, so we might have to explain the mechanics and we'll come back because we should not be dying there. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. We explained the mechanics. The tank said, okay, thanks. So he did not know what was up. But we are back. Hopefully no one left the group because this group's going pretty swimmingly other than the mechanics. We might have to explain every boss to him, but that's okay. That's what the beta is for. You kind of just share what you've learned about the beta so far with other players so they can go forth and further the testing. Like this Paladin was starting to get a little mad, which with a name like YOLO Swag, what else do you expect? He was starting to get kind of cranky with the tank, but that's just not the right way to go about things. But yeah, this build is so much fun. You see, too, maybe it's just because we have a Prot Warrior, and a lot of the testing that I've been doing is with a Blood Death Knight, because Blood Death Knight is absolutely stupid. Like, absolutely stupid right now in the beta. So a lot of the tanks that are testing with Blood Death Knight. So yeah, maybe it's just that we are testing with a Prot Warrior. I'm actually having to heal a bunch on the tank too, so our healing looks very good. I will say for shock healing, like Holy Shock, look, it's only doing about like 5% of the tank's health bar. That's a little pitiful. Like the actual healing of Holy Shock is a little pitiful, and I did do some testing with a Divine Toll build, and since Divine Toll is, you know, every ally gets a 60% Holy Shock on them, and Holy Shock's healing is kind of buns. Divine Toll was pretty buns. Okay, so that's why we're playing Divine Holy Prism. Sorry, I was like, wait, Divine Prism doesn't sound right, but yeah, that's why we're playing that talent. Also, it is just a sick talent, so no complaints that I have to play it. But see, on boss fights like this, like I am having to Word of Glory, I am having to like Eternal Flame people. I can't really afford to spend on Shield of the Righteous. And even then, like you see, like other than right now, we've had something to do every single global. And it's been very fluid. We're going to start trying to spend on Shield of the Righteouses. Okay, so the tank busted that one, which is probably, honestly, probably the best play. Now we have not much room to hide, but we should be fine. I'm just going to Infusion of, or Flash of Light people around and go from there, which is building us back up our Holy Power, which is actually very nice. Go ahead and Prism. I might just lay on hand this guy. Let's see if we don't have to. But yeah, I love Consecration damage. I've always wished that like Consecration did more than it does. And although they didn't like buff the damage Consecration's doing, it's just more of a prominent feature because of the talent where like your Judgment just spams it and it replaces you. You don't have to actually press the button of Consecration, which is nice. You know, you don't have to worry about that upkeep. It just does it for you as long as you're staying on top of your Judgments. And your whole rotation is kind of designed around getting more and more Judgments and resetting Judgments cooldown. It just like it's a fantastic design of a spec. Honestly, they legit did. They went for like a triple backflip when they did the redesign of like removing Crusader Strike, and they landed. They stuck the landing in my opinion. So like on this pull, on pulls like this, let's target the Necrolite like a good player. But on pulls like this, I'm gonna try to cycle Shield of the Righteous. And you can see, like, we just get to keep doing things. Like, watch our Judgment and Holy Shock cooldown. So our Judgment, and then Holy Shock, then Shield of the Righteous. Judgment, Holy Shock, Shield of the Righteous. Go and use the Infusion. Judgment, Holy Shock, Shield of the Righteous. Let's stun this guy. Okay, we're going to have to Eternal Flame here. But you see, it just, like, the cycle continues. Like, it is so sick. So sick. You can kind of just keep rinsing and repeating that while not going down on Holy Shock charges too bad, until you have to like stop and actually cast some Word of Glories too. So, dude, I'm having a lot of fun, Hopefully, I'm really looking forward to Tuesday when they actually announce some balancing, because I definitely think, like I've said with especially Mistweaver Monk, there definitely needs to be some tuning on the beta, so that way we get to kind of fully enjoy every build and see like what things are actually going to be like in the end game, like once Midnight comes out. However, specs like this do kind of feel like they are kind of getting the job done, you know, which is very nice, very good. All right, let's get that cycle going again. You see, I always have a wealth of buttons to press. Like I am never out of things to do. And the moment you start to dip down and buttons to press, you get like a proc of something that helps you go. Like it's just like the Energizer Bunny of buttons. Okay, we're coming up on this boss. Hopefully people know the mechanics here, because this boss has caused some wipes in groups that even knew what to do. So we're really hoping we don't have to stop and explain again, but I would not mind doing so. I'm just going to say, like, kill your ad. That's all I'm going to say. Kill your ad, kick bolt. I feel like that's a quick enough thing to say to kind of get the boss fight across, right? So like, look, I can basically like just go through this 3-button cycle and just look at how many consecration ticks there are. Like there are so many consecration ticks. And I still, I'm gaining in charges of Holy Shock. Like, it's so dumb. It's so much fun, dude. I kind of wish that they would extend the consecration timer by like 1. That way you could stack up even more. But I bet like in Lust, like if you were to go into Algathar Academy, that first pull that you do, where you pull that entire tree room. All right, attempt number 3. Every time like we kind of fail something, and we're just typing out like what went wrong. So this boss is so annoying because they said they were going to remove kicks for healers and make kicks less like punishing, especially on the healer. But then, you know, you just die to a random bolt that you can't do anything about, you know? So it's like, I don't know about all that. LOL, no worries. Okay, but take 3. Let's see if we got it. Our tank knows what to do. We all know what to do. We need the boss to be kicked, though. The boss will cast, like, a bolt as that happens. And, oh, I need to get beacons out once again. Let's just slam them down. We've also communicated who's going to kick the boss, which is helpful. Let's go ahead and Aura Mastery. Yikes, man. Alright, we're back. We are back. Recovery time. Let's go. Okay, Deathbolt was kicked this time. I repeat, Deathbolt was kicked. We're progging. We are progging. Hey, speaking of prog, my guild is progging into P3 of Dimensius. We should get our cutting edge, hopefully this week, which I think we definitely could. We're looking pretty smooth, looking pretty consistent at this point. Alright, let's go. We have wings available. We have Prism. We're looking good. Ball's on me. I definitely am on the wrong side of the ball, so I should be over there kiting over the puddles that already exist. Alright, let's blast. Deathbolt. Deathbolt. Okay, the monk rolled over there. Dude, shout out to monks. Are monks just the best players in the game? They've got to be, right? Like, undisputed. Who would dispute that? The mechanics goats. Because I'm over here pinging the kick. The monk is over there rolling to the kick. Who else but monks? And look at that. Oh my gosh. We are literally in sync. We are in sync. I go to use my little AoE stop while he rops. Dude, what is going on? We are the same person. Okay, I need to be Shield of the Righteousing more during this. Which we should be able to. Yeah, now we're kind of regenning our resources from all these Shield of the Righteouses, which is when it really starts to kick into overdrive. We have perfectly muddied up the middle of the room, but that's okay. Alright. Nice, we might get the boss down, which is very good. Okay, monk over there kicking again. Dude, shout out to this monk. I'm pinging it too. The monk's pinging it too. Dude, I swear we are the same person. Okay, the cast went off. There goes the paladin. Or he stood in a swirly. I didn't really see. Uh-oh, okay. We need to kill the ad. There we go. This boss is very annoying. Very annoying. But hopefully, once it's kind of like common knowledge of how to deal with the mechanics, it shouldn't be as annoying. Ooh, come on, people. Swirlies. Killing me, Smalls. Let's Shield of the Righteous a bit before we have to run. Okay, it's on the monk. Let's get this damage off. Let's kill the boss. Burn, boss. Shield cycle. Ooh, it just feels so clean, dude. Feels so clean. Let's type. Nice job. Good job, team. Alright, so we still have 2 more quarries to liberate. We have this one over here, and I don't really know where the other one is, to be honest. Did we miss one? I think we did, right? Isn't there one like over there? Haven't really memorized that yet. So yeah, we're not going to time this key, but once again, beta is not about timing keys. It's about learning and testing mechanics, which is exactly what we're doing here. Testing builds as well, getting reps on builds, making sure all the talents work right. And so far, I haven't really noticed anything working incorrectly like I did on Mistweaver, which has some bugs going on. But I have noticed some things kind of undertuned, like Holy Shock's actual healing. But luckily, like in most cases, you can kind of afford to just Holy Shock for damage. Which is nice. Or just use it as like a minor little heal. Okay, also I need to re-beacon. I'm just gonna beacon myself. Gotta protect the leader. I'm kidding, I am in no way the leader of this group. Alright, let's shield cycle. We also do need to heal this heal absorb off. Okay, it is off. We're going. We're cranking. We're shielding. Just like, look at this cycle. It's so satisfying. Just seeing all the yellow numbers. So satisfying. Then when these heal absorbs come, we can just swap to Eternal Flame. Yeah, I'm really excited to see this build in Algathar Academy on that first room pool. Would be so much fun with haste. I don't have anything for that. I do have Hand of Judgment, I guess. Okay. We have these guys to liberate, right? Where are the guys to liberate? I know there's someone. Oh, over all the way over there. Dang. Okay, we are much farther than I thought. Usually we've had, like, in every group that I've done this dungeon in, we've had a druid just stealth over and go and get these over here. So I wasn't really sure where they were. Okay, we're getting kicks. Very nice. Dang, dude. Either that was a cast. I wish I could have easily been able to tell what that damage was, but it spiked so instantly, like, between my global, that I couldn't tell if it was like, did he get hit by the swirly again? Or was that a cast again? Like, either way, it's kind of ridiculous. So one thing about the new UI that I kind of wish would change soon, just for your guys' sake, is if you watch my like streams or retail content, or I guess like live retail, you know that I like to show what spells I'm casting and what order I'm casting them in up here with details. But yeah, as you know, like, or as you probably know, that is not a functionality yet available to us. So hopefully they kind of, you know, expedite that coming into the game, because I feel like that information is just so valuable to show and to display in videos like this one. But hey, at least you know that for the most part I am cycling Holy Shock, Judgment, and some Spender, so there you go. I mean, you're not missing much, right? Like here, I have not Word of Gloried once. I am just using these 3 buttons in the exact order that I said earlier, but now I'll Word of Glory, because there's a heal absorb. Super chill, super fun. Like, this is a blast, man. An absolute blast. You know what? I've been struggling to see, like, what button is worthy of putting in my #1 keybind now that Crusader Strike's gone. Maybe Shield of the Righteous. Like, maybe Shield of the Righteous. Live, my boy, live. Also, like, triple beacon's cool and all, but I do kind of miss Shield of the Virtue, just guaranteeing that everyone has a beacon on them, so that my infusions just heal everyone more. I do like Beacon of Virtue a lot, but maybe it's just not, like, as reliable nowadays. And maybe it's just, like, you're gaining more value from double beacon, now that you have a 3rd beacon kind of bouncing around from Beacon of Savior. Oh yeah, we are bashing the stew out of this guy. I mean, our Holy Shocks do a lot of damage. 25k per Holy Shock is Not bad damage. 47k from Judgment on our target is pretty good too. But I will say the Consecration damage could be toned up a little bit, I think. I think they're afraid to tone it up because they know that you can stack a bunch of... like, with enough haste, you can stack a couple Consecrations up in big AoE packs. But I feel like it's so pitiful of damage that they could afford to tune it up a bit too. What do you guys think? Stun the caster. Don't want to deal with him. I don't have a kick, though, so he's kind of out in Narnia. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I went to Blessing of Freedom, the monk, but apparently we were, like, LOS from each other, so I Blessing of Freedom myself? I don't know, man. New UI problems. What can I say? Get some big shields off. Oh. Big heals coming, man. Big heals coming. Whew. That was a spicy pull. We had to crank like no one's business, but luckily I had everything up. I was waiting to see if I needed to Aura Mastery. Wait, you have a heal absorb. Wait. Okay. Nice. It's like Dawnbreaker 2.0. These people running off with a heal absorb. No, okay, the tank doesn't really know which way to go, so we're just going to go this way. Tell him to follow us. He said I was lost in all caps. I'm going to say, no problem. All right. We go up the mountain, up to the final boss. Yeah, it is kind of fun, like, playing with people that don't really know what's going on, because it just feels rewarding to kind of explain, give two words that kind of explain a mechanic. Which I started my channel because I love to, like, teach, so maybe I find this more fun than most. Some people get, like, really annoyed when people don't know mechanics and stuff, which, if that's the case, you probably shouldn't be on the beta, right? But, like, I love teaching. It's always been a massive passion of mine. So just, like, little moments like this are kind of, like, my favorite moments in WoW, personally. They don't really happen too much on live, but on beta they do happen quite a bit. That's why it's one of the reasons why I love testing on beta. And most people are typically pretty chill about it. Yeah, we were just running around getting count. Like I said, we are not intending on timing this key. It doesn't really show much about the success of a spec if you time a key or not, because you see there's so many other like external factors. So hopefully you guys don't mind an untimed key, because y'all know on my channel I love showing you guys my failures, like 100%. That's why I love the series where I push all the healers to 3k, because we fail a lot on the journey of growing and learning how to heal on each healer and stuff. So I think failures are some of the best content. Like, maybe not like most enjoyable content. Sometimes they're pretty memey. Like if you fall through a ship on Dawnbreaker, like that's pretty funny. But sometimes you just like do your rotation wrong or cycle your cooldowns wrong, and you fail to heal a boss mechanic. And I feel like you can learn a lot from those times, and that's why I love showing failures. This isn't like as much one of those failures, but this is giving us a good time to kind of like see the mechanics and stuff and explain the mechanics, which is nice. So I think like when YouTubers like only post their successful keys, I've never understood that. I feel like not many people do it like nowadays, but like when I first started playing the game, like I feel like everyone was only, maybe it was just like a time period thing, but people were only posting their successes, and I was like, man, I fail half my keys. What's going on here? Like, am I really that bad? And no, it's just that they were only picking the good keys to show, you know. But I've always felt like failed keys are some of the best content, especially if you fully finish the key. Like you learn the most from it. Now I will be editing out a lot of us wiping on the bosses, because they weren't like, they were just us running in and like literally rotting to the first mechanic. Like it wasn't really anything to learn other than like anything extra to learn from what I said. Okay, let's hug the wall if we can. Also, they haven't really tuned up this ice here. Whoa! Okay, the falling ice does do a lot of damage, but you can kind of just stand in the skate rink over there and slide around. We also have that caster over there. Oh. Okay, I'm going to pop wings. This is probably a mistake because the next boss is pretty scary. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Dude, Holy Paladin is a blast right now. It's insanity, man. This is like the perfect way to design a spec that is melee. You do want to stand in melee, right? But doesn't really get too punished for not being in melee. A lot of people were very concerned thinking, oh, Holy Paladin's just going to be a caster now. Like, you know, a lot of people are scared about Mistweaver the same way, but people are afraid that Holy Paladin's just full on a caster. That's not the case. That is absolutely not the case. Right now, the other Paladin is explaining mechanics. I'm gonna explain to the tank. Tank, you get a boss to leap on you. You don't have much time to leave circle, so take it out if you want to. Okay, just telling him to kind of like give himself some time to get out of the circle. Whoa, they pulled. They pulled, I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, please don't wipe because of me being late. Oh, that's so clutch. I made it. Okay, we're going to pop our defensive because, man, I really need to be on top of Aura Mastery here. Yeah, so the tank sees what I was talking about. He barely gets any time to dodge that. Okay, we have bounced back. I did have to blow my defensive very early on in this boss. But we lusted... Oh, the monk missed. Okay. We might wipe here, but maybe we can heal through it. Yeah, it is a wipe. If you miss a circle... Yeah, we're going to have way too many casters, and they're going to be spread. He's saying we're going to die. I'm not even going to waste wings here. I definitely think we're going to die. So, the mechanic here, I'll go ahead and show this one, is there's a caster hidden under these glowing piles, right? And when the boss, like, raises dead, he raises all the things that you don't blow up, and if you don't blow up those caster things by bringing those circles to it, he says, sorry, I see now. Yeah, no worries. No worries. If you don't bring your circle to one of those glowing piles, then when he raises the dead, he'll raise an additional caster. So the idea is you stand on those piles and you break all the piles except for one, and then when he raises the dead, you just get a single caster, and that's where that big rot damage comes from. But as you see there, if you don't break all of them, LOL, all good. If you don't break all those piles, then you do get an additional caster. Those casters, they cast bolts, but they also pulse damage. I don't think these bolts chunk as much as the other boss's bolts do, but they do chunk, and also the pulsing damage is terrifying. So, so you definitely just don't want that. I'm gonna actually we don't want to blow up the middle one. I feel like that's a good candidate for our final caster to get. I feel like you want to break all the far away casters. Okay, I need to get my other beacon out. Yeah, see, the other paladin knows, and he's pinging the far ones. You definitely want to break the far ones, so that way the inside, the most convenient to hit ad will spawn, basically, is kind of the concept there. Yeah, I love beta. I love testing mechanics. It's so much fun. I really wish that I just need to grind more. I just need to commit more and crank out more content and stuff. I get that. But I do hope that, like, one of my goals, my big goals is, I'm going to go ahead and pop Aura Mastery, is that I do want to be added to the list of, like, people that can access the alpha. And I know that just means that I'll have to, you know, show Blizzard that I'm deserving. So hopefully In future alpha seasons, you know, I will be considered, but I understand, like, they can't invite everyone. But as much as I love beta and beta testing, I just know the alpha is just all the things that I like about it, and then some, you know. Let's get this far one. I'm going to pop my defensive. See, like, look, I'm out of melee, and the only thing that I really lose access to is, like, Shield of the Righteous, which you do want to be in melee for to be able to benefit from. But, it's just a very minor thing that you're lacking. You no longer lose, like, your main rotational... Oh, there goes my sound. Builder, you know what I mean? But yeah, this group is doing a fantastic job right now. I love that these guys didn't leave the group on the first wipe and were willing to kind of learn and learn the mechanics and explain the mechanics and stuff. Very cool of them. I'm trying to pull up some resources now because this is going to hurt a lot. I do have Divine Shield. We're close to killing the boss, so maybe we just do that. I'm gonna try to kick the... Okay, that bolt does about like 30% of this guy's health, so it's not like too much, but it is a hefty amount. But guys, I mean, such a fun healer right now, like so fantastic of a gameplay loop. This healer absolutely so far has the most rewarding and dynamic and fun rotation and gameplay loop of all the healers, in my opinion. So, fantastic design on Holy Paladin. Excited to see where it goes, how the tuning kind of carries them into the next wave of the beta. But guys, let me know your feedback. Does this look exciting to you? Is there more healers that you want to see me kind of explore and showcase? Definitely let me know in the comments below. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I guess we can show our healing and damage done. Healing was Eternal Flame Holy Shock, for sure. Then our beacons bouncing around. Prism, the free Light of Dawns. I didn't ever press Light of Dawn, but the free one's absolutely crank. Flash of Light did okay healing, but once again, I feel like you have to be very careful when you play double beacon of finding your beacons and stuff. Outside of that, nothing like too exciting going on. And then we look at our damage done. Let's see, damage done. How was our damage? It was fine. It was like okay damage, which you see here, it's pitiful compared to everyone else, but it was okay damage. Judgment absolutely smacks. Those free consecrations absolutely build up some damage over a dungeon. Holy Shock a little bit low. Shield of the Righteous a little bit low, but probably didn't press them enough because I was yapping, had to Word of Glory a bunch because, as you saw from my top healing source, Word of Glory was there. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Let me know what you want to see next down below. Subscribe on your way out because I have a lot of beta content. I will be jamming content in the next few weeks, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss it. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, guys.